whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Haere mai, whakahuihui mai, whakaopeti mai, anei ki te punua pāho o Taringa e mihi atu nei i te pokapū o Taringa ki te wānanga o Aotearoa, coming at you from the bustling metropolis of...
Beep, beep.
Moo. Te ao mutu.
Te ao mutu.
E pewhi ana koe, Erika?
Ai, kei te tino ora ahau, e pewhi ana koe.
Nana kia taku ora.
Oh, nana kia taku ora.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
tō ora.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Nana kia taku ora. Yeah, I'm feeling good. We got a Patapatai i te rānei te tuahine.
Right.
This is Patapatai rua te kau mā rua. If you can hear this banging e te iwi, I've got this thing where I bang the couch.
Yes.
I just get so impassioned. Hoi no, there's a lot of pātai that we've not just 22, but in every episode we answer. Well, we have a wānanga. Sometimes they're not really answers. They require a bit of a wānanga.
Sometimes there are more questions than answers.
Hoi no, e mua I te rā, kia huri tāua ki te kiwaha. Anei te iwi te kiwaha, ao te pō te ao.
Ao te pō te ao, tō ora nana kia.
Hei, rau e tēnā tauira. 24/7, you're on. So koe rā te kiwaha e te iwi, and yeah, too much koe, Erika.
Too much koe.
Yeah, too much koe. Too much koe. Ao te pō te ao. So it means pretty much 24/7.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite self-explanatory, that one.
Yeah, ao te pō te ao. So as day goes to night and night turns to day. Yeah, it's probably more poetic way to say it. But pretty much means by day and by night.
Yeah.
24/7.
All the time.
So, ao te pō te ao. I mahi rātou, ao te pō te ao.
Yeah.
And that's how you put it in there. You wouldn't say mo te ao te pō, mo te ao. Yeah, I can't even say it like that. So, I could say, ahakoa ao te pō te ao, ka kōrero Māori ahau.
Ah.
Ai.
Too much queer.
Too much queer. Hey, and then, you know, that opens up a discussion around one of the pātai that you're going to... We do have a little wānanga with these pātai.
Yes.
Te whānau, kia mohi o mai koutou. But we've got a kiwaha. Well, it's a kiwaha, and it's a colloquialism, I would say, I roto i a mātou o tainui, and it's what a neat.
What a neat.
Yeah.
What a neat.
Yeah, and you can swap out the neat for other things. So you can say, what a dumb.
Yes, definitely heard that.
Yeah, what a nice. So you guys say that too?
Yeah, I feel like as a kid growing up, we're definitely throwing what a dumb around.
Yeah, cool.
What a stink.
Yeah, so it's still very much alive, that kiwaha I roto i a mātai. Hoi anō e hara te rai te kiwaha. Ao te pō te ao e te whānau. And yeah, Erika already gave a sentence, but kei a koe anō tētai. You might want to use this kiwaha.
Yeah, okay. Ao te pō te ao taku aroha ki taku tamahine.
Kia tāhua mai hoki. Ka pai e te iwi. Nō reira, koe rā te kiwaha, I'd put that at a 1, maybe a 2 if you're dropping in a sentence.
Yeah.
Because you could use it as a standalone kiwaha as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think of something like, it could be an answer to somebody or a reply. You know, she's always like that. He pērā ia I ngā wā katoa, he rite tonu tana pērā. She's always like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, someone might say, yeah, ao te pō te ao.
Yeah.
So that's a one-liner. So drop it in like that. Drop it like it's hot.
Like you could even substitute it in some of those I sentences. So instead of saying something like tangi ai ia.
Yeah.
Mo tōna mama. Like she's always crying, usually crying for her mum.
Yeah, you could say tangi ai ia ao te pō te ao. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Tangi ai ia ao te pō te ao. Constantly crying 24/7.
Yeah. Faster to just say tangi ai though.
Yeah. Yeah, tangi ai ia. Especially you might have to do the like tangi aia I ngā wā katoa, or tangi aia. Like you have to put something else at the end of the sentence, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hoi no, koe rā te kiwaha e te iwi, au te pō te ao.
Patapatai.
Hoi no, kia huri ki te kaupapa e te iwi.
E te iwi.
Patapatai. Hea te pātai tuatai. Tuhina?
Well, we might as well start off with the one we've already alluded to.
Āna, koia tika.
This was sent in earlier this month from Alex Herini. New Zealand equals New Zealander. America, American. Samoa, Samoan. Aotearoa, ? You see a billboard advertisement, for example, keeping a beach clean. It reads, keep our much arohard beach clean. Question, is it ever okay to add ed, ness, ment, li onto the end of kupu Māori? If so, when is it appropriate?
So, I'm going to start with people's names first. So it's totally fine to put an apostrophe with an S after somebody's name. So, Rangi Mātamua's book.
Yeah.
Ne? So that's fine. But when we start talking about verbs and things like that, so this is something that's very much arohard, which I think what this pātai is asking, nah, we do not do that.
So we don't go, oh, we hooied this morning. What about wānangad? I've heard that.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing. A lot of it comes down to te taringa Māori. Because what's interesting is some of our words, they go the other way, which I think we may have talked about. Like I remember my kaumata saying, one of my kōrero, I just saw a photo of him actually, and he was talking about the opening of a wharenui, and he said, I open ngia te whare, so he put a passive ending on the end of a kupu Pākehā. Yeah. Huid. Wānangad. Yeah, I think some of those kupu have evolved, like those ones, but something that feels right in my puka sounds okay, feels okay, but when I'm saying, have you mutued your mahi?
Yeah.
Have you mutued your mahi? Does this sound strange, feels strange? So in answering that pātai around our beach that is loved, I think that was the sentence, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, kari te pai te ki, our beach that is arohad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kare te rai te tika.
Okay.
Yeah. And what were there some other suffixes on the endings?
Just like ness, mint.
Wow. You know, I have seen in literature their Māoriness.
Oh, yeah. I've
know?
seen that.
And, you know, we talk about Māori-dim.
Yeah, Māori-dim.
Now, back to the first part, which was about where you're from, talking about Aotearoa, or I don't even know what you would say. American, Hawaiian. And to note, koe anō Taringa?
Alex.
Ka pai, Alex. So, native or Māori, they refer to themselves as kanaka.
Kanaka Māori.
Yeah, and kanaka for short.
Oh, you're meaning in Hawaii. Yeah.
So you have Hawaiians, and then you have kanaka.
Oh, so Hawaiians would just be the broader term that encapsulates everyone in Hawaii.
Yeah, I've had that said to me too. I've said to me, are you Hawaiian? I'm kanaka. Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Short for kanaka Māori.
Yeah.
When it comes down to Aotearoa, yeah, it's good. That's a good pātai. What would somebody say?
Well, when you're overseas,
people say they're Kiwi, right?
Yeah, and have people asked you before if you're Kiwi?
Yes.
And what do you say?
I say I'm a Māori from Aotearoa. Yeah, I'm Māori.
I'm a Māori and a European.
Yeah.
Not a Kiwi.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh yeah, but you know, Kiwi.
So I'm from New Zealand. Aotearoa.
Yeah. So again, you know, I guess that's a wānanga. So I'm trying to think of a comfortable kupu that, you know, because I do get this pātai. Maybe there are people that want to say they're from Aotearoa, but say they're in Aotearoa.
Aotearoan.
Like someone from Germany is German.
From Australia, Australian.
Would you say Aotearoan?
Nah, it doesn't sound quite right.
Aotearoian? Nah. I'm from Aotearoa.
Aotearoa night.
Aotearoa night? You might be getting somewhere. Hoi anō. So generally, I cannot answer that pātai. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a kupu that would sit well with me. You know, I'm thinking about, you got Wellingtonian.
Yeah.
You know, when we were at school, I don't know if they still use it, but if you were from Rotoiti, you were called Rhodesian.
What?
Yeah. Rhodesia is actually somewhere in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what people from Rotoiti, they're the Rhodesians.
Oh, crack up.
Yeah. And
Well,
I'm not sure
well-
if my Ngāti Piki o the whānau from there still use that kupu, Rhodesian. And actually it's corruption because Rhodesian, ro would have become from Pākehā saying Rotoiti.
Yeah.
Rotoiti? I think that's how you would say it or mispronounce
Well,
Rotoiti.
growing up in Whakatane, people from Te Tiko were referred to as Texans or Texicans.
Yeah, I still say that. Not people, I don't call them Texans, but I'm going, oh, you're from Texas. I still hear people from there, from Te Tiko saying they're from Texas.
Yeah.
Tēnā koe I tō pātai. So takeaways, no, there isn't a kupu to add on for Aotearoa. Some of our kupu mare or people's names you can add an S to. Mm-hmm. And all those...
That's the like belonging essay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if it was a place, so this is Taranaki's viewpoint.
Oh, yeah.
But with the D's and the Y's and all of that, yeah, kāre te pai. Yeah. Ka pai.
Ka pai. Moving on. Ooh, anonymous. It's from anonymous, unknown person, it says here. What is the significance of the Manaia? Is it a supernatural being, etc.?
Yes.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah, taku mōhio, yes, the Manaia. I'm going to be careful with that word supernatural. Definitely has relevance or has kōrero that comes from those other realms and can be a representation of many things. Can be taniwha, they can also be atua, they can also be tūpuna.
Yeah.
And this would probably be a better conversation to have with a kai whakairo, but that's my understanding of a Manaia. Mm-hmm. And the Manaia form is explained to me by one of my ringa toi, ringa whakairo, is one side of the face of another whakairo.
Oh.
So if you put two Manaia together,
Yeah.
it's the side profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's known as a Manaia.
Yeah.
But I know there are kōrero pertaining to Manaia being a bird. And our kōrero tukuiho, there are also tūpuna whose their names were, because there's not just one Manaia, but they carried the name Manaia.
Yeah.
But the Manaia form in whakairo isn't a representation of that tūpuna. It's a form of whakairo or a figure in whakairo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of Manaia in our carvings down the coast.
Mm.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think
I might not be able to, but haere tōni.
Apanui got the tauwaru and Manaia style from Rafioro.
That's right. Ka riro mai te tauwaru me te
Yeah.
Manaia.
Yeah.
Yeah, tika tera. Yeah. When we talk about the Manaia style, and this could be some rangahau for you, is there a particular apanui way that your Manaia are carved?
I don't know.
Yeah. Nō reira, koera aku mōhiotanga ki te Manaia. Ki te
Cool.
pātai. Yeah. That's a good one for you to pick up on, actually.
Yeah. So just checking. The significance of it could be a tipuna, a taniwha,
Yep.
not necessarily a supernatural being.
Not necessarily a supernatural being.
Yeah,
The
cool.
time. Yeah. I mean, I've seen, I know I've whakairo where the Manaia form is used. So you'll have the main form. And for want of a better word, e te iwi, the Manaia are the sort of space fillers on a popo.
Yeah.
And they can represent the children of the main figure on the popo. So they're not actually supernatural beings. They're a
Yeah.
representation of a tūpuna.
You often see them in pare, over doorways and that.
Yep.
They're quite a nice form.
So they're quite popular, tohunga whakairo. The other place you will see Manaia is at the end of the amo.
Oh, yeah.
The maihi,
Yeah.
I should say. So the raparapa. Yeah, at the very end of the maihi, which are the barge boards, I think they're called. The front of the wharenui. So you got that, but that extends out. So you see the Manaia there, and sometimes on the pare as well. But you'll see Manaia throughout. If you look closely,
Yeah.
you'll see them throughout. Yeah, on the pare, on the lintel for the matapihi.
Yeah. Oh, I just remember something cool that has nothing to do with the Manaia.
Yeah.
So I went to a snippet of a really cool wānanga in Waioweka recently for the
Yes.
Whare Tāne Whirinaki.
Yes.
I wish I caught all of the kōrero because so amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, they put up this whare that they've had stored in a shed for the last 80 or so years. It hasn't been put up in that whole time. Beautiful. The carvings are amazing, and it's so cool because it's not all symmetrical like today. All the popo are the same width and the same height and everything. It was so organic. But the one really cool thing that I just remembered, the po in the middle, what's the...
Poitoko manawa?
Yeah, the Pōtoko manawa. Well, there was 2 versions of each po because they renovated it sometime. Anyway, the original one is of Muriwai, and she has a full face moko, and this carving's old as. She has tatau on her thighs and backside. So, yeah, I just thought that was really interesting.
Tāhua.
It was like legit, not pūhoro style, it was tatau. So, yeah, that was interesting.
Tāhua. Tō waimari e. Ka pai, kia huriki te pātai e whaia ke nei.
Okay, this is a really interesting one, I think. So this comes from Meds PM.
Kia ora Meds, tēnā koa e.
What are the customs of hanging photos of your dead ancestors in your whare? Should they be kept separate from the photos of the living? Should they be situated on a specific cardinal point? North, south, east, west? Question mark.
Pa he a tāhua tēnei pātai, he rawe tēnei pātai. Tēnā koe Meds. Alright, have you got any tikanga? Because you take photos. Have you got any tikanga for where you hang your whakāhua in your whare?
Oh, my actual house at home. In my actual house, we've just got like photos of my immediate family up. Nobody has passed away in those ones. And then heaps of art. But at my home where I grew up, so we've got photos, and it's basically laid out like a whakapapa, like a family tree. So we've got my great tipuna up the top, and then my grandparents, and then us who are still living below them. So yeah, it's pretty much laid out like a whakapapa. No, yeah, we haven't separated it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to my te whare o taku tupuna, because she was quite specific how she placed the whakāhua i te pakitara o tōna whare. And I recall that they were all those te hunga kuangaro. And then he had a few photos I remember of the living, and they were, now that I think of it, they were dotted around in other areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been to other people's houses and seen that like, they might have a shelf or something that has all of their people who have passed away, their photos displayed on there.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed that at other people's houses.
Yeah. You need to be comfortable in the tikanga you practice. And if you're going to have a tikanga, then it would probably be suitable to have those photos separate. So maybe not turning your whole whare into a whare nui.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't have any photos of the living in there. But we've sort of crossed over that, or married it with our whare that we live in, and we all treat one particular space in the whare as the wall or place where we will hang the whakāhua.
Yeah.
In terms of whether they're facing north, west, south, I don't know of any kōrero like that. I think there'll be some common sense ones, maybe not, don't hang them in the whare paku.
Yeah.
And, we might have a little chuckle, but...
Maybe not in the kitchen either.
Yeah, but I recall a restaurant that some friends visited. There were photos of our tupuna hanging in the whare paku.
Oh.
Yeah, had a word with the manager, and there was a little bit of a debate, if I remember, and then the manager acquiesced and ended up moving the whakāhua out of the whare paku. That's
inappropriate to hang like any photos of people there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But see, this is the funny thing.
Sense.
Yeah, this is the, now, I question these things too when I go to I won't name the restaurant, but go to a restaurant and they've got photos of Indian chiefs hanging on the walls.
Yeah.
And we went to this restaurant, and I was with some of the brothers and sisters from Turu Island.
Yeah.
And we were in Taupo, and we went into this bar, and there was Geronimo, Sitting Bull. And I was like, are you guys all right? And they're going, oh, yeah, they were okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, all right, so anyway, back to the pātai. Yeah, in terms of where your whakāhua face, not necessarily north, south, east, west. What's interesting to me is there's been a melding. So now there's tikanga Māori, whakaaro Māori, and then we've got feng shui.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and I know people that will follow the feng shui of
That
whakaahua.
would be where the directions would come in.
Yeah, so, but taking it into consideration is probably where's the best place, common sense for the whakaahua to hang when somebody's entering your whare. And probably some other common sense things that make sure that those whakaahua aren't going to get knocked.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we had when we hung some whakaahua here at Te Wānanga Aotearoa when I was po tikanga, and we were very careful of where we were going to put the whakaahua. Some people get iffy, maybe not now, but I know some of our kaumātua are iffy walking under whakaahua. Particularly if they were wahine that they weren't descended from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one. Maybe not over doorways.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful of where you hang them, maybe not over doorways. There's a whole kōrero there. So just be mindful, have a bit of a think, where's the best place to hang your whakaahua, exercise some common sense, and then some tikanga around keeping te hunga mate separate from te hunga ora.
Yeah.
But again, comes down to what you're comfortable with. And going down another path, if we have a mate at home, all the photos are taken down.
Oh.
No photos are left up. The only photos that are up in the whare are those that have passed on. So there should be no living photos in the house if there's a mate there.
Yeah.
Well, particularly, usually it's the sitting room where the tūpāpaku is lying. And then our other tikanga is the photos of that person, they don't come out for a year.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, so, exercise a bit of common sense. But there have been some debates and not debates, I guess my nieces and nephews and cousins and aunties and uncles too that weren't brought up within this tikanga probably just didn't, no they were actually, they just didn't take notice of what our nannies were doing because most of the time it was the nannies that looked after the whakaahua. They just didn't take notice. But now they're being a bit more aware so that they'll question things sometimes, why? And then when they're given an answer, they're fine.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
But, do you think this whole sort of wariness around photos comes from that belief that, they thought by getting your photo taken, they were capturing part of your wairua?
Well, we had a wānanga about this a few years ago. It was actually during the paukai because of late, tainui, we didn't take photos to kawe mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just literally the people,
Ana.
the descendants were the kawe mate.
Ana.
Okay.
Yeah, but and when I say we, I mean within tainui now you will see it's become a practice.
Yeah.
Even though within tainui we have this set of tikanga that we practice around our whakaahua and it wouldn't come out for a year and kawe mate happens in that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I believe we followed the motu. So when the motu comes onto Koronehana, they've always bought photos.
Yeah.
And tainui over the years have started doing that as well. And this has come up. Anyway, so we had a wānanga about this. And one of the kaumātua shared, what's a nice way to say it? Well, he says, you'll be haunted by that wairua. Now, what they were sort of meaning was you attach yourself to the person that's died through their photo.
Yeah.
Seeing their whakaahua. And after the year, when we bring the photo out, which would come out at the unveiling, normally, what sort of takes place of what would happen at the hahu, I remember, and this is before phones and all of that, and that's a whole nother story. Everyone would have a big cry in our whānau and our hapu because no one had seen a photo of that person for a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my memories of that. Ngāti haua, they practice te haora where they bring the photo out at the time the person actually passed away.
Okay, yeah.
It's very interesting.
Wow, I can definitely see how they'll be super emotional.
Yeah, when you haven't seen a photo of somebody for, now we take it for granted.
Yeah, well, because we've all got albums of thousands of photos on our phones.
Yeah, and it's even opened up, I think I made a post about people sharing whakaahua of urupa.
Yeah.
And it's just too hard. I'm talking about my hapu, about my iwi, but, people take photos with and they're asking, well, that's my tupuna or my grandmother, grandfather, father. Why can't I take a photo with it?
Yeah.
With the headstone, People are asking when someone's passed away, do I need to take my photos off social media?
Oh, yeah.
No, they have. They're like, this is my whānau asking me Do I take my... And you can't help it. Sometimes they pop up in your memories, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And even, you know, and back to I'm saying, talking from a tainui viewpoint, so I know when someone passes, it's become a practice I roto I te ao Māori to do a mihi and put that person's photo up.
Yeah.
I don't do that. That's my practice because I'm going by the tikanga but I'm okay with other whānau doing it.
Yeah.
You know, but I won't put a photo up of someone, and I observe that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my observance of that tikanga. And that's what feels right for me.
And that's how you adapt it in these times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good wānanga there.
Kani move that body.
Okay, so we've got another question.
We've got one more question because we've had to hawhi haora.
That's not a question from the paper, but kawemate.
Yeah.
And when people do take photos, are they supposed to leave the photos there at that marae?
Well, again, a kōrero that I've received is if you walk onto the marae with the photo facing out, the photo stays, the whakahua stays.
Right, yeah.
If you go onto the marae, you know, whakaeke runga I te marae, and without the photo facing out, the photo is going to come back with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, going back to tūranga waiwai, I tū te tahi o mātou kuia ruruhi, a nene Rina kua mate ia, and she used to be in charge of all of that and hanging the photos at tūranga waiwai. And this was another pokai round, actually we had this wānanga, it was about 10, 12 years ago. And this is when this first came up, and she was telling everybody stop bringing photos because we've got...
They would have too many.
Yeah, they've got nowhere to hang them.
They've literally got nowhere to hang them in.
So now it's memorialising that person, I get that. So they bring their photos now and people take them home.
Yeah, okay.
So it's purely up to you when you come to kawemate at tūranga waiwai anyway, if you're going to bring a photo of that person or not. And when my whānau have asked me, they all know you don't need to take a photo.
Okay, another question around that.
And it comes back to this kōrero, ko koe te kanohi ora, ko tātou te kanohi ora.
Yeah.
It's more about seeing the face. And this is getting back to kanohi kitea. You know, if you went to a tangi, when your face is seen, you represent your whole whānau. Mm-hmm. Hey, and possibly your hapu and iwi, depending on where the tangihanga is. And that's enough. You know, sometimes that's the kanohi kitea at a tangihanga. Yeah. Our kanohi kitea gets lost. We love death, eh? We talk about tangihanga a lot of things, because a lot of
the tikanga
exactly
lives in tangihanga.
Well, that's right. You know, I learned in anthropology, people's death rituals and practices, you will see all of their tikanga. You know, that's the last place. That's the last surviving place for our tikanga of any place where you see it all happening. Yeah, so kanohi kitea, your kanohi kitea can be lost in the many, many faces that go to the funeral day service. You know. So yeah, I get you're going there for you because you want to go for that person, but you haven't been to the tangi. But you may not be seen by the whānau. You know what I mean?
I think so.
I'll leave that there for people to ponder.
Okay. When you're hanging photos at your marae in the wharenui, do you have to take the photo onto the marae in a formal setting? Or can you just go in there and hang it up?
It depends too, eh? Like, you'd know, at the pā.
Yeah, we just hang them up.
Yeah. And you'd know too, whānau that live away and don't come home so often, but they'd have, whanaunga there that they're connected to. You know, don't have to formally bring it on. Yeah. For us, a lot of the time, the whānau brings the whakahua to the unveiling and then it's left there. Yeah. And then goes up anyway. Yeah. Yeah, but there's been a couple of instances, I know anyway, roto i a mātou, where there hasn't been a whakahua and the whānau have brought the whakahua, either informally or in a kawemate. Yeah. Okay.
Patapatai. Okay, so do we want to finish off with an actual question from an actual listener? This was sent to us from Te Angiho. Tēnā koutou, he pātai tāku, he aha te tikanga o te kupu ia I tēnei horopaki. Ko te manako ia, kua puta atu ke te pirihimana. Ki te kore te ia e whakamahia, he rere ke?
Pai tēnei pātai. So, i te horopaki nei, ko te ia he whakakaha. I te mei whiu mai tēnei pātai ki te reo, ka whakahokia ki te reo. Ko te ia i tēnei horopaki he whakakaha i te kupu i mua i te ia. Ai, nō reira e whakakaha ana i te ia, i te manako. Nō reira ko te tino manako.
Oh, okay.
Ai, ko te manako ia, ka puta mai te pirihimana, whatever it is there. Nō reira ko te tino tūmanako.
Okay.
Engari, ki te taringa Māori kare tērā, ko te tino tūmanako kareku, kare tata e kōrero pērā. Ko te manako ia.
Real, like way more poetic.
Āna, yeah. E pēnā anō, engari kē ia, ko te engari kē ia, ko te ia i reira kei te whakakaha i te, o tuatai, you could say engari ia, ko te kē i tēnei, ko te kē kei te whakakaha i te engari, ana e rua, engari kē ia, wow.
But it's actually...
Koina, yeah. Oh, that was a really good, you were great. That was cool. But
You set me up for greatness.
Yes. So, koera te tikanga o te ia.
Okay.
E tai, i tērā horopaki. Ko te manako ia, ana ko te tino manako.
Ko te tino manako.
Yeah. Ko te manako ia, ka haere tonu au ki te whakapakari tīnana, hei ngā wiki e tū mai nei. Yeah, ko te manako ia.
You can do it.
Ai.
Ka pai.
Ai, nō reira, koira tērā pātai. Hoi anō, anei te waiata o te wiki. Look, there were e whia nā pātai? Was that 3?
Yeah, I think there was 3 real questions. No, I think it was 4 actually.
They're all real.
Real questions from real people.
Ana.
Yeah.
Hoi anō, koina, i nai nei ka huri ki te waiata o te wiki. Anei te waiata nā wai te waiata.
Nā Macy Rika. And this is from the Tita album. This album's from like way back, eh?
Way back.
Well, not way
Take me
back.
back to memory lane.
And she's singing a classic, Whakaaria mai. Whakarongo mai.
Kōrero wahau e ngaro e tu moke moke noa whakaaria mai tō aroha Kia kōrero wahau e ngaro e tu moke moke noa whakaaria mai tō aroha Anga he ua i runga i te tipu hou Maringi te aiho tō wairua Ki runga i aho Pune hunehu ki runga ki te akatoa Ia tipu ai he tua mai hongore Mo te tangata I tipu ake te pono i te whenua Ka titira iho te tika i te rangi He honore he kororia He maunga rongo ki te whenua He pakaro pai ki ngā mea katoa Te
Ko te reo rōreka ko tōna.
Oh man, yeah, I think I've told you before, we were at this practice for koroneihana at Kirikiriroa Marae, Apanui. And Rikirangi told us, we all had to, enunciate the vowels properly and open our mouths. And he's like, the only person who can sing loud with their mouth shut is Macy, and you're not her.
Tika tērā.
Like, yeah, that is so true.
Yeah, rua in 2016 tērā ko pai waiata. E mihi tonu ana kia koe Macy e whakawātea mai nei o waiata. E rango nai tō reo, engari e tautoko nei koe I ngā mahi a Taringa. Nōrere mihi ana kia koe. Hoino e te tahini, that's us. Patapatai, another one wrapped up. Rua te kaumārua. One takeaway from me is having these discussions, our yarns, our wānanga, I'm reminded of things that have been sitting in the pātaka.
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate our kōrero we have on Taringa. So that's a takeaway for me.
Sometimes there's like little nuggets that come out of these that we've talked about and like, oh, that could be a whole episode.
Ana.
And then, we'll just get all these like little knowledge drops.
Koia. Koia hoki. Yeah, and I didn't even, we were on whakāhua. I'm recalling wānanga we had, mātou ko wharehuia, ko pou, ko mātou ngā tauira. And wharehuia pulled us whakāhua out. And it was tētai whakāhua o tētahi tupuna. And he says, he wairua tō te whakāhua nei. Everyone's, ai, and we had this, really cool wānanga about wairua in relation to whakāhua and te me. And then he said, pewhia tēnei, and he put this whaira up of a monkey. Everybody cracked up laughing. And then he said, so he wairua tō tēnei whakāhua? Anyway, I'll just leave that one there for you all to ponder yourselves. E mihi nui atu ana kia koutou, e rere tonu ana ngā mihi ki ngā kaitautoko. Ai, nā te wānanga o te aroa tēnei kaupapa, engari, e mihi ana ki te māngai pāho, a koutou ko irirangi te motu New Zealand on air, tēnā rawa atu koutou katoa, o tira e te iwi, me kore ake koutou. Hei kona mai rā.
Hei kona!
Bit whakaronga pi kari kari, gather up close everybody buddy. Taringa, yeah, tahuri mai ki yo, whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako, kōrero flowing at the hook of force, kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te, kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari kari mai, hare mai, o Taringa hare mai, we gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa, nā te māngai pāho me irirangi te motu I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Taringa, whakarongo mai.